Hello everybody and happy end of May. It's time for the summer to begin. Woohoo! And I hope that you had a great month. Mine has been amazing. God has been up to so many incredible things and I have so much to update you on. I'm going to try to talk fast. Sorry, hopefully you can understand me. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of stuff compacted into here. And I'm sorry if it's a long one, but hopefully you'll stick with it because I think it's going to have some great information on it. So let's start with the beginning of May and where I left off in my April update. If you saw that, you know I was coming to you from California and was helping in relocating a boat from the San Francisco area down to Mexico. It was a boat that was donated to YWAM Ships Corpus Christi, and we're going to be using it in Mexico this summer. Thank you for your prayers for a safe sail. We did have a wonderful sail. It was a great time. We saw God's glory in so many ways, His protection. He gave us great weather, and we had a really good time. I very much so enjoyed it. It was great to be back on the water again, and the boat is safely in Mexico. So let me jump ahead to the summer and tell you what's coming up with that. So in about 2 weeks, the middle of June, I will be heading down to or over to Mexico and we'll be spending the summer there. I should be there till the middle of September. And there I will be staffing a school of navigation and seamanship. The purpose for this school is to train YWAMers who have a desire to work with boats to take the gospel to the most isolated places on the earth. There's thousands of islands out there that the only way to reach them is by boat. And we need more trained crew that have a heart for God and a desire to take the gospel to these places. And often we have a lot of YWAMers that would love to go, but they need to know how to work on a boat. They need to know how to help crew these boats as we send them to these places. And so that's what this school is about. It's about teaching someone that knows nothing about boats, basic boat handling, basic, safety precautions, just basic navigation and seamanship things. And so we'll be there for 3 months working with our students and working with the boat that we moved down there so they can get used to that and have actual hands-on experience as well. So be praying for this school, be praying for our time and for all the students that everything would come together in the next couple weeks and we'd have an amazing time with that. So it is with YWAM Ships Corpus Christi, even though we're in Mexico. I know in the last few updates I was saying I would hope to be moving to Corpus Christi around now, but with the school in Mexico and just how things were unfolding, we decided it would be best not to move there for just a couple of weeks and then be in Mexico for 3 months. And once the school is over, I'll be coming back to Florida for just a short time, just long enough to kind of pack everything up, load everything up, and then finally I will be moving to Corpus Christi and be on site with them, and I'm very excited about that. So that's kind of the schedule of getting there and what that looks like. Thank you so much for those of you that have stood with me and kept hearing me saying, I'm going to Corpus Christi, I'm going to Corpus Christi. And it's just been a matter of God's timing. So on that note, let me kind of give you a recap of this last year because there has been so much going on. So if you remember, I came back from the ship at the end of March last year, and physically was just in a terrible place. There was just so much going on in my body, and I don't want to get into all that right here, but I was basically living every day from a place of survival, and barely at that, and just praying every day, God, help me, help me, help me. And came home knowing that God, until something changes in my body physically, I can't go back. I can't serve you the way you're calling me to serve you in this state. And so I felt like He told me to just take a break, get some rest, and pursue Him. And as much as I wanted Him to just touch my body, bring complete healing, and send me on my way, that was not the journey He had for me. And let me tell you, He has touched me and He has healed me and He is sending me on my way, but it was a journey and it has been an amazing journey. And he's done so much in me over the past year. He's brought restoration, he's brought healing, he's brought rest, he's brought in more support that I needed in order to go out again. And I'm still working on that, but we are getting there. Things are coming in. So thank you all who have partnered with me. If you're considering that, reach out and I'll kind of talk you through that. But anyways, back to the health stuff. Back in March, I was just praising God for the distance I've come in my health and just praising Him. I was in a worship time and I felt like He said, Colleen, I brought you through all of this health stuff because I want you to help other people understand how it is to get through that and know that there's hope with that and that it was for a purpose. And He started speaking to me after that just about the idea of the church and how He's calling the church to be holistically healthy in a deeper way right now in this season. And it's really easy for us to say, oh yeah, of course I need to be spiritually healthy. And of course I need to have my thoughts in alignment with Him. But how often do we overlook our bodies and our physical state? And we just accept the fact that, yeah, I just need to live on this medication. And we accept the fact that, oh, I ache and I hurt and I'm tired all the time. But you know what? That's not the way that God created us to live. And that's not the place He wants us living from. And that's been my journey this past year, just making the decision that things are going to change. And I feel like that's what He's asking me to do, is to help others come to that place. And so in this journey, back at the end of March, beginning of April, He kind of dropped this program in my lap and challenged me, number one, to start it, which was all about my eating and everything that goes in my mouth and lifestyle change and reformatting my mind basically around food and around how I fuel my body and changing my habits. And wow, it has been almost 7 weeks since I started that process. And not only have I had major changes in my body physically, I've lost a little over 11 pounds, I've lost over 12 inches in basically my core area, and I have greater energy. I'm feeling better, I'm thinking better. But what amazes me is the spiritual growth I've seen in this time and what He's done in me as I've walked in obedience and as I've stepped away from my comforts and said yes to what He's asking. It has been amazing. And so in this process, He's calling me, and like I said, very clearly made this clear to me that I was to start working with people as a health coach. And if you've followed me on Facebook or Instagram, you've probably over the last 6 weeks seen a lot of that going in my posts. And I just wanted to mainly give you an update on what that is and what I'm doing with that. That is not going to replace my time with YWAM and what I'm doing with YWAM ships, but I feel like that's something that He's asking me to add on to my calling and what I'm doing, and that just to mobilize the body of Christ into all that He has for us. And part of that is our physical journey. It's our mental thinking. It's establishing healthy habits that allow us to flourish and allow us to answer the call that He has on our life fully. That it's just such a tactic of the enemy to get us so sick and so tired that we can't fully operate in all that God has for us. So I'm walking in this new season of health coaching, and mainly, as I said, just wanting to let you know this is not replacing YWAM, but I'm moving forward with both of those things. And if you would like any more information on anything I've talked about today, please reach out to me. I would love to share more. I know I'm hitting this stuff really quick and I'm a little bit all over the place and it's getting really long, so I'm going to wrap this up. But thank you for sticking with me. For those of you that support me, for those of you that are praying for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. I could not do it without this team of people around me, and I so appreciate you. If you'd like information on any of this that I'm doing, you can go to my website here at www.colleencrawford.info. Check out my June update to see how the Sun's School is going. And if you're not following me on Facebook and Instagram, you definitely want to look me up and start following, and you can see much more of the journey along the way. All right, love you so much. Have a wonderful day and all blessings to you.